Chris Hall, South Dakota Game Fishing Parks, and the 20-minute angler. You'll forgive me if I'm a little shook. Behind me is South Buffalo Lake in northeast South Dakota. I'm up in my old stomping grounds, and actually have to go on a work trip tomorrow. Made it back to Siston, where I'm from, and stopped, talked to my dad a little, and decided I was going to go out fishing. Just going to hit a few of my old haunts, all public access haunts. This one's on the actually on the west end of South Buffalo. Stopped at a spot, doesn't look like much, no emergent vegetation, whatever, but I was going to stop and throw a few casts because I have caught panfish here, albeit quite small panfish in the past. 6 casts. My worm is absolutely destroyed. I caught 6 big bluegills, 1 big giant crappie, and we're gonna try and see if we can get a few on camera. I just decided to stop and cast because I was here. Dang it. And now that I brought the camera out, not going to catch anything. Awesome. There's one. Look at that bend in that rod. My first cast about 2 minutes ago, I had a fish on it, and I'm like, well, that fish is going to break me off because I thought it was a northern. But guess what? It wasn't a northern. It was a big old hogger bluegill just like this one. Look at that. That's like the 7th one I've caught this size. That is a good bluegill anywhere. The lesson I'm really preaching here, I guess, is one that I've said many times. Always bring your rod along. Always bring your rod along. Bottom looks just fairly plain and sandy, but there are a few scattered weeds out there, so I guess these fish are just cruising. Oh, I had one right here. Follow me all the way up. I would guess that these fish are just cruising, spawning in this sand. There's one. Look at that bend on that rod. Once again, little 2-piece ultralight. Little 2-piece ultralight. Tiny little tackle box. Throw it in. Doesn't take any extra room up. And look at that. That is a stud. The bad thing is, I gotta be back home for supper here pretty soon. But I might be late. The other thing these little ultralight rods, oh man, I missed it. Ultralight rods let you do is cast light baits a long ways. Those fish seem to be way out on the end of the cast, or at least they did. And it just lets you cover more ground. I'm gonna fall in here if I ain't careful. This whole bay has always been real sandy. Ah, missed him. Like I said, there's a few sporadic weeds. This whole bay has always been really nice and sandy. Good place to recreate, great place to swim and whatnot. But I thought I might be able to find a few fish here. I thought it would be weedier than this, but to be honest with you, I'm glad it's not. Look at that, perch. Not a monster perch, but if you're looking for a fish fry, he'd be your huckleberry. There, look at that freaking rod. Oh my goodness. These bluegills are just the meanest, toughest little buggers ever. Especially on a lot of line and light tackle. And look at that. Holy smokes. Look at that. How awesome it is. How awesome is that? The other lesson would be, on our website we have a map that's got all kinds of public fishing opportunities all across the state, whether it be, you know, areas of boat launches, public access, state parks. They're all marked with fishing opportunities. And fishing opportunities and amenities, if there's vault toilets or state park, what facilities they have. Or maybe it's just a rough trail like I've got here on this one. You know, study those. If you got a smartphone, take it along with you. You got a rod and reel and some water. That's all you need to do right there to get a mess of these. I've caught 10 of these already and I haven't been here 15 minutes. Awesome. Awesome. That is about as fun as life gets. That's the reason we live in this state, is these kind of opportunities exist right in our backyard. Oh, it came off. That was a good one. Bummer. Be prepared. Like I said, I stopped at this one. I had no idea that there was fish here. I just stopped because I wanted to fish an area just down the way here. Just stop and cast for 5 minutes before I have to go eat supper. You wouldn't have to cast these jigs either. I'm sure you could cast a little bobber, little slip bobber, piece of night crawler. I'm sure you would, well, I guarantee you'd have fun with the kids. There's our sporadic weeds there that I'm looking for. I was looking at. Must just be this, these weeds here, just a few of them. I can feel them occasionally. Huh. Who'd have thunk it? Bug spray, sunscreen, camera, a few lightweight jigs, a lightweight rod. That's all it takes. And you can be having a ton of fun. Look at that rod bend. Holy smokes. Oh man. That's all I can handle. Oh, another just pig. Look at the size of that fish. Holy smokes. Look at that. Oh my goodness. That is a beautiful bluegill, no matter where you go. He's an absolute horse. Wow. Oh. There you have it. There's a reason why I love this country up here, northeast South Dakota. And it's not just some secret spot, it's access all over up here. Just about any of these given lakes. Check out the website on the bottom of the page. Oh. It's the middle of the day, I mean, late afternoon. This bite's only going to get better as the evening goes down, the sun goes down. But there you have it. I mean, it's, oh, he's about to rip the rod out of my hand. That'd be a little one. Perch. Anyway, there you have it. There's a reason I love this country up here, northeast South Dakota. There's just so many opportunities, so many lakes. Get away from the crowd. And it's not just some secret spot, like I said. It's all these lakes have fish in them. There's lots of access. Heck, we even mark the access. Check out the bottom of the screen here for the page for our fishing access map. It's not rocket science if I can do it. You can go out, have a ton of fun, catch a bunch of these fish. And that's what it's all about.